Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking. If you haven't seen me before, I'm a channeler, I'm a clairvoyant. I like to bring free messages here to YouTube from either angelic guides or sometimes like ascended masters. Today I have it's like a channeled message, but it's also a vision, which is normally what I'm getting because I'm experiencing myself within a vision. And then I'm also getting channeled information about the experience. So I'm bringing you one of those today. This is with Metatron. And so it starts off where I'm like sitting on the floor across from Metatron, and there's this like white light that is in between us on the floor. And I really wanted to touch it, but I wasn't sure if like it was the kind of thing where it's like you probably shouldn't touch it. It's that thing you think in your mind, but I was like, I'm just gonna touch it to see, like, is this allowed? And so I touched it really lightly, and I looked at Metatron, and I'm like, am I allowed to touch this? And he gives me like this half-hearted, like, no. And I know he's joking. Um, so if you think about it, children get yelled at for touching things, but that instinct, that curiosity is still there for me. And and then also, in addition to feeling curious, that feeling of, but I know I probably shouldn't because somebody somewhere doesn't want me to do this. I have that feeling in my head too. I know Metatron is joking with me when he was telling me no, because he has never limited me. He's never restricted me. He's never scolded me. Never. Nothing, anything like this. He doesn't restrict any of us. Our minds restrict us. We restrict ourselves. The room is dark except for this light between me and Metatron. So I still feel like it's wrong, but I'm like, you know what? I know it's fine. I'm just going to do it. And so I pick up this light, and so I have it in like the palm of my hand, and I'm trying to look over at Metatron to see his expression, which is kind of tricky because Metatron's never actually shown me his face. Kind of surprising, right? You're like, what do you mean? You just told me you knew what his expression was. I do know what his expressions are. I can feel, like, I know what his expressions are. It's really hard to explain, but he shows it to me. But I never see a face. I don't know. I assume he looks human. I don't know. I've never seen his face. I don't see that kind of thing, although his hands looked human, so I guess he is presenting to me as human. Um, so I feel like it's wrong. I pick up this light. I'm trying to look and see what Metatron's expression is. I also want to mention that because Metatron doesn't show me his face, and I kind of want to just touch on that real quick as to why. Because it's like, well, why? Why are you hiding that? What do you have to hide? It's not that kind of thing. With Metatron, he's my gatekeeper. He's my gatekeeper with like the Akashic records. When I do past lives, he's my gatekeeper with what guides are allowed to communicate with me and what they tell me about. And he choreographs and coordinates everything for me and for Susan, my business partner. And so it sounds like controlling, except Metatron is very the most loving being you could ever possibly imagine. Um, he's protective. The things that he limits me from, the things he doesn't give to me, are either extraneous, like I don't need them, it's not important, so he's not showing it to me because he doesn't want me to get distracted by details that aren't important, or it's something that is harmful to me or would be damaging to me, like in past lifetimes. He won't show me the details of traumatic events because it's difficult for me. So he'll only show me as much as I need to have the relevance of the experience. And he kind of blurs out all the other details because he doesn't want me to take on other people's trauma by watching these things that have happened to them. Um, yeah. Okay. So I just want to mention that. So I pick up this light. It's in the palm of my hand, and I'm like pulling it closer to my face so I can kind of examine it and see more about it. And then I realized that when I do this, Metatron is kind of more in the shadows now because this is the only light in the whole room and I'm holding it. And so it's like darker where he is now. So I like scoot closer over to him and I kind of put the light closer to him so that he can have the light and experience the light. And so now I take both my hands and I'm like cupping this light, and he extends out his hands and he puts them under mine, and he's like supporting my hands, holding the light. And I smile at him because I feel so supported when he does that. So symbolically, this is all of our journeys as light workers. So that beginning experience I had where I saw the light and I was interested in it, but I was kind of nervous about it, it's part of our journey as light workers to release the fears of reprimand enough to explore what we are drawn to. It's our job to be curious and to be brave. It's our job to put the light where there is darkness. And in turn, Metatron and our guides will be there for us, helping us to hold up the light and helping us to not feel alone. The spirit world is constantly aligning their energy with our energy. They support our physical bodies in ways that you cannot even imagine. They help you walk, literally help you to walk one leg after the other when you are tired or injured. They help you to carry something heavy when you feel weak. So this isn't just symbolic, although it is symbolic. It's symbolic of the journey, but it's literal too. They literally line up with our bodies and help us with physical tasks. Our guides support us quietly throughout the day, needing no recognition. This is their joy, to love us, to experience the world with us and through us. Imagine that you love someone so much that you just cannot bear to be without them, even if they're going to go incarnate and have their own lifetime, and you're going to stay as a spirit, as an energy body, and you can't bear to be without them so much that you're going to be their guide. And they're probably never going to see you. They're probably never going to know you're there. But you do it because you want to be with that soul so much. As a spirit, they support you but get no acknowledgement. It isn't until the end of your life, when you are reviewing your life with Metatron, that you see the full extent of your spirit guides' involvement in your life. I've had things shown to me that shocked me. I've had times in my life that were shown to me in my mind, and instead of just seeing them through my eyes, which I was re-seeing the experience through my own body. But this time they were showing me that I could see my spirit guides and what they were doing, and it blew my mind because at the time you don't know they're there and you don't know they're doing anything, and to see what their level of involvement in is just mind blowing. So when you go and you review your life after you pass away in this one, you get to see the reactions that your spirit guides had when people hurt you. I got to see I had a difficult situation, and I got to see Archangel Michael come in to try to resolve part of it for me. And I got to see him angry, and I got to see him cry because he was so frustrated about the suffering that I was going through. You get to see your guides pick you up and carry you when you are too weak to go on. I've seen this too. So you don't think anyone's there when you're going through your darkest moments, but you have the most support and the most guides around you when you are struggling. The love of your guides, the love that they have for you specifically, will bring you to your knees. If you could feel it, you would literally be brought to your knees. Okay, Metatron's getting closer. It is an overwhelming, all encompassing love that doesn't exist on earth. But you remember this love because you searched for it on earth, even though you haven't seen it. You know it exists because even though your memory has been wiped clean in order to incarnate, your soul will never forget. This is the love you have come to earth to bring, to share. This is the magic that can transform even the darkest suffering. Okay, so that's the end of this message. I was actually trying to get a different message this morning, but I don't call the shots. Metatron calls the shots. So I was like, hey, can you channel to me a little bit early about the December energy forecast? And so I got all ready and he gave me this instead because he is my gatekeeper and he decides what is needed at any given moment for all of you and for me. And so this is what he needed me to put out right now for all of you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something from this. I hope you realize how loved and supported you are by your spirit guides and just from the spirit world as a whole. If you need some assistance with your spiritual journey, I have a website, orangelightenergy.com, where we offer all kinds of services to assist you with your journey. If you are interested in being part of a Lightworker community, we have just started a Patreon community and it's under Orange Light Energy. So I'm going to link both of these in the description. And Metatron's talking to me. He wants me to he wants me to give away a service. Which one though? Oh, okay, okay, okay. So he's talking to me about the um Protective Amulet Programming service that I have. So this is a service where it's kind of a standalone service. I actually have it as part of our black magic clearing and protection. If somebody needs that, it's part of that process. But if you're not struggling with black magic energy from this lifetime or a past lifetime, we have it as a standalone service where we can program a piece of jewelry to be more protective for you. So it's targeting a variety of energies. It's targeting galactic energies, protection from malignant galactic energies, protection against demonic energies as much as possible. It's not 100% on demonic energies because that's uh well, actually with all energies, it's part of your free will. If you willingly engage, or if you willingly, as all people do, bring their vibration down to something lower, because we're human beings, we have to. We get mad, we get sad, we go lower, and then we can have demonic interactions. It's just natural for us. Um, but it does do some protections with demonic energies. It does black magic energy protection. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'll include a link in this video so that you can read more about the service to see if you're interested in it. And so it'll be one or two pieces of jewelry, is what he's saying. If you have gold jewelry, even better. Doesn't have to be solid gold, can be gold plated, could be gold vermeil, could be a lot of things, and it'll still work just great. Um, okay, so he's saying one winner for this service. Probably will pull this winner in a couple days. I'll announce it as part of a video, and if I can't get a hold of the person from announcing them from the video, I'll start posting it everywhere until I can find them. But if you're interested in having the free service where I do a protection on your piece of jewelry, do programming on your piece of jewelry, just indicate in the comments below this video that you're interested in that. It's a service that does not include a Zoom call. It's something where I will take a picture. Well, you'll send me a picture of the jewelry. I'll do energy work on it and I will write up a report for you and I'll send that to you. The really cool part about this service that I didn't realize when I started it, but it kind of just evolved this way, is that every time I do the protections on the jewelry, I'm working with Gandalf the White Wizard, which is a Metatron incarnation, which is, the same soul as like Merlin. So I work with him specifically for black magic, and I also work with either the unicorn or like the Pegasus Collective. I call them kind of interchangeably those two names because unicorns are Pegasus and Pegasus are unicorns. It's just whether or not you can see all of the parts at one time. Um, but they're really, really protective energy. So I work with both of those groups. But after I'm done with coating the jewelry, the fascinating part is that I've been having different spirit guides come forward that have a connection to that individual. And so they've been sending me 3 individuals, and each of these either people or groups are placing their energies or like a blessing onto the jewelry. And so they'll give me some specific information about the intent behind why they're placing energies on the jewelry for that person. So it's kind of cool just to connect a little bit more with some of your guides and also have a piece of jewelry that's protective and is so meaningful to have not not just protective energies on it, but also these energies from these individuals who are your guides, who love you. So if you're interested in it, go ahead and just leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.